Crazy Joe attacked us today. Let's have a look together how to read these battle reports. Crazy Joe sends us troops and attacks our cities in multiple waves. In these 20 waves, there are 3 different types of waves. There are waves where every city that has reinforcements and is not burning will just get points. There are waves when only the online cities are getting points, and there are waves when only the garrison of the headquarters are getting points. Let's have a look at today's report for Wave 3, and I will start by showing you my own city. In my own city, the first thing that I would look at is the loss rate. My loss rate here at the top is still at 100%. This is something you want to closely monitor. If it drops below 100%, the points for that wave will be lower, but it is also an indication that your city is going to burn in the next 2 waves. When I look at the details, I will see that my defense points are at 8,100. My kills are at 0. The points that you get for every wave for defending your own city are set, no matter how many troops you have in the house. If you would look at the battle details, you would see that I have 0 troops in my city. Just my heroes are showing no troops. But Alone has sent me a reinforcement of 133,000 troops, and his troops are a mix of infantry and lancer, and his mix of infantry and lancer is doing kills on the attack, and therefore he is getting points for it. If we take another wave report, we can take a report for an online wave. If I take the report for the online wave of Fiesel, I will see that his loss rate here is also still at 100%. I also see that my points are not the highest in the list because the assembly of troops that I sent are not at a very high troop level. There are people reinforcing him that have a higher troop level altogether and therefore do a higher amount of points. It could also be that they are sending a higher troop count than me and therefore I will be doing less damage. If I go into the battle details, what we will see is that he still had troops in his city. There are 200,000 troops, but these troops are just marksmen. At this point in Crazy Joe, marksmen are not doing any damage, therefore his kills are at 0. If you would look at my damage, we would see that I have sent a mix of my troops and that I have both the infantry and the lancer doing the kills, but my marksmen that are there also do 0 kills at this point in time. If we take another wave, then we can look at wave number 10. That would be the wave for the headquarters. We clearly ask you to only send 70,000 troops to allow for 15 of our members to join the headquarters and get some points. In the headquarters, for wave 10, the best ratio is to send 100% of infantry. The battle details are going to show you that result. You will see here that Leona has almost sent 70,000 troops and that her infantry only has done quite the amount of kills. If we would go to someone who has a lower amount of kills, we would see that there is a mix in the garrison for infantry and lancer, and that the lancer have done 0 kills. If these would have been infantry, the number of points for this player would have been higher. If we then take another wave and we would move to a later wave, I was sending reinforcement to somebody who did leave troops in the city. If we look here, then we see that there is quite a high amount of kills done by the person themselves. If I am looking here into the details, there is almost 200,000 troops in the house, and there is a vast mix of infantry, lancer, and marksmen, where the marksmen are still not taking any damage, but you will see that the kills are being done by his infantry and lancer, and therefore the other reinforcing cities are getting less points. If I then move to a last wave that I was reinforcing Clue. My reinforcements were sent out with infantry and lancer and marksmen. At this point, we will see the difference between Thor, who sent infantry and lancer only, and between my garrison, which was a good mix of infantry, lancer, and marksmen. You see here that the marksmen have done quite the amount of damage, and therefore I have also a good return on my points. And as a last, we have wave number 20, which I missed today, so I will show you last week's. On wave number 20, we will send the garrison again to the headquarters. On the headquarters, we recommend the 70,000 troops, but for wave 20 with a ratio of 60, 30, and 10. That is 42,000, 21,000, 7,000 troops. If we look at the battle details here, we will see that for the damage done, if I took clue here, he has sent a mix of infantry, lancer, and marksmen, and that his marksmen have also taken damage. If I would look at somebody else who might not have sent that good mix, then we would see that there is still damage, but the marksmen also help in the damage. So it's quite important that you will take the mix of 60, 30, and 10, and then we will hopefully get the best result of points for our alliance and for your individual play. Hopefully next time we can knock it out of the park.